The cup of ink. Why peace begins with your response. Have you ever let one person's words ruin your entire day? A single comment, a single misunderstanding, a single moment, and suddenly your mind refuses to let go. Hours pass. The other person has already forgotten what happened, but you're still carrying it. Why? Today's story is about a young artist who discovered that pain doesn't stay alive because of what people say. It stays alive because of what we keep replaying inside ourselves. Stay until the end, because this simple lesson might help you find peace in situations that once controlled your emotions. In a peaceful town surrounded by lakes lived a young painter named Times Lucas. He loved colors. He loved creating beautiful landscapes. But he had one problem. He couldn't forget criticism. If someone disliked his work, he thought about it for days. If someone laughed, he remembered it for weeks. Every negative word stayed in his mind, like fresh paint that never dried. Slowly, his joy disappeared. He painted less, smiled less, dreamed less. One afternoon, Lucas visited an elderly calligrapher famous for his calm nature. The old man welcomed him warmly, without asking any questions. He poured clear water into a white porcelain cup. Then he added one small drop of black ink. The water immediately became cloudy. Lucas watched quietly. The old man smiled. "What do you see?" "A ruined cup of water." The old man nodded. Then he carried the cup to a nearby stream. Without saying a word, he poured the dark water into the flowing river. Moments later, the ink disappeared completely. The river remained clear. Lucas looked confused. "I don't understand." The old man replied softly, "Your heart becomes the size of the container you choose. If your mind is a tiny cup, one painful word fills it completely. But if your heart becomes like a river, even great disappointments lose their power." Lucas remained silent. Those words settled deeply inside him. The next day, a customer criticized one of his paintings. Normally, Lucas would replay those words all evening. Instead, he paused, took one slow breath, and quietly asked himself, "Am I a cup or a river?" He smiled, returned to his work. The criticism stayed only a few minutes before flowing away. Days became months. Lucas practiced the same habit again and again. When someone spoke harshly, he breathed. When someone misunderstood him, he breathed. When life became unfair, he breathed first, reacted second. People noticed the difference. "You're much calmer now," they said. Lucas simply smiled. "I stopped giving strangers free space inside my mind." Years later, his paintings became famous across the region, not because he never faced criticism, but because criticism no longer stopped him from creating. A young student once asked, "Master, what's the secret to inner peace?" Lucas picked up an empty cup, filled it with water, placed one drop of ink inside, then carried the cup to the nearby river. Watching the dark water disappear, he said, "Pain is inevitable, but carrying it forever is a choice." Now think about your own life. How many moments are you still carrying? Even though they ended long ago? How many conversations continue inside your mind? After everyone else has moved on, maybe it's time to become less like a cup and more like a river. Here's a simple practice. Tonight, before you sleep, close your eyes. Take 3 slow breaths. Picture today's biggest frustration as a drop of ink. Now imagine placing it into a wide, flowing river. Watch it disappear with the current. Tell yourself quietly, "I choose peace over replaying pain." Repeat this every night. Little by little, your mind becomes calmer, your heart becomes lighter, and your life becomes freer. Always remember, people may choose their words, Life may choose its challenges, but only you choose how long those moments live inside your heart. If this story spoke to you, share it with someone who needs peace today. Subscribe for more original stories about emotional strength, wisdom, and mindful living. Until next time, protect your peace. Because the strongest person isn't the loudest. It's the one who knows what to let flow away.